It's been a year of Raid Shadow Legends, and what have I learned? Nothing! Catch you guys next week. No, I'm kidding. Nah, alright, let's get into it, okay? What have I learned from Raid Shadow Legends, okay? Not in any straight order or anything, okay? The first thing, let's talk about it. Spending. For the longest time, and by longest time I mean like 3-4 months, I thought, you know what, I am not gonna spend on this account, because later on I can be like, hey, I'm free to play, and that's like, it gives me more views because I'm free. Hey guys, look at all my champions, it's all it's all free to play. I am not a whale. I have spent some money on this game, okay? And I'm gonna speak openly just about it and the feelings I had. My first time spending money in this game, it depends on what you get. That's the thing. I had a mixed feeling of regret and also happiness, because I believe I got something, but it's not that something that I wanted, but it's something. And I'm like weighing that to how much I spent. I didn't spend too much. I probably spent like 20-30 euros or dollars. I do not remember what I got. But it also teaches me like where should I spend, okay? Let's get into that a little bit of where should you spend money, okay? Honestly, if you've probably heard this before, daily gem, boom, 129 Swedish crowns, okay? That doesn't say much for you, but the daily gem pack, okay? I'm Swedish, by the way. Daily gem pack is the most bang for your buck. Why? I'll tell you why. You get a bunch of gems. And what can you do with gems? Oh my god, everything. You can buy everything. You can literally be the president of the world if you have enough gems. Or you can spend gems on ancient shards. I wouldn't say demon lord keys. I have done that in the past. I've spent gems on live arena refills as well. I've spent it mostly. Actually, I'm in a position that I'm gonna spend gems on energy for the simple fact that I need to get this little juicy piece here, this little juicy chicken right here. All right. In order to do so, I need more refills, more energy, so I need to spend some energy on that. Also, I want every time this pops up, oh my god, I need this every time I need this. So I'm gonna spend more energy or gems on energy, so get those rewards. That's the most value that I've had spending money, and I've probably spent the daily gem pack 2 or 3 times. Some people say monthly pack. I mean, yeah, sure. I've also spent money on where is it? It's always here. Well, most of the time it's, yeah, this one. Like, for in this case, there's another one. There is one more, but like 8 void gems, 18 fills in the battle. I feel like this is really nice value. There is another one, but it's available only sometimes. Yeah, it's not. It's one for like 19 euros or something. Which it's a similar pack, I believe. But yeah. And maybe for my birthday, you know what, I might buy this. It's a shitload of gems and some other stuff. We'll see. We'll see. But yeah, as far as spending goes, daily gems gets me through the day. Other than that, as far as gearing goes, in the beginning, I really thought, oh, this guy does damage. I'm gonna do damage, so I'm gonna put damage on my champions. Yeah. Looking back at it, it's not my strongest moment, okay? Oh, damage. I need damage. I will take damage. Success. Not really. Speed is just super important, and one website, and I'll get to that website straight away, okay? It's this website right here, Hell Hades. Let's get into it. I can't talk.
What?
Let's get into it. Champion tier list. Usually go here. Boom. Click into here. If you log in and use the Hell Hades app and download on your computer, press show my champions, okay? And it's awkward. Put in card detail. I'm just making sound so I don't have to. Oh, for frick's sake, I've typed in the wrong freaking password and Gmail. Oh my god. Am I being relatable right now? I feel like I am. Hold on just a minute and I'll be right back. There we go. Boom. Show my champions. Okay. There we go. when you have champions, when you have a lot of champions, you go through like, okay, these are all my champions. And if I want to go Demon Lord, all right, for Demon Lord, these champions are really good. Oh, cool. What about Hydra? All right, cool. What about Chimera? I recently did Amius. I'm on Amius right now, and I can't freaking kill the guy on normal. But yeah, this website is just so insane. It helps me out on a daily basis. And I mean, for Elva, for example, like, I do this now. I want to get to a point where I'm like thinking for myself and not doing this, but this is just so addicting to some degree. I'm like, okay, speed, HP, defense, all right, cool. What gear does she want? Cool, great, boom, and I just put that stuff on the champion. That is one of the biggest things that I've learned from Raid Shadow Legends. To some degree, or like, yeah, I learned again. I feel like this is gonna be a really long video. Let's go through the next thing. There's just so much stuff. This is gonna be freaking packed with stuff. On brutal level, okay? If I want to farm money, I farm stage 3 of Brimstone Path, last one, stage 3. Reason why? He drops shields. Shields sell for the most, so you get the most coin. I believe also XP. I think XP wise you get better from like stage 6, I believe, but this is like synergized really good with like silver and XP. So every time I'm leveling up champions, boom, stage 3, path 12, brutal, boom, let's go. And then you just level them up and make sure you have an XP buff on. And if you do not, do Curse City, because look, Curse City, like, it's all over the place. You can find XP rewards everywhere, depending on your level, obviously, but that's how I farm champions. And also with Spider nowadays, I do well, I have this mission right now, which is relatable, I guess, to this one, in order to get Marius. So I need to get one more mythical, and I am running a team here on the hard with these guys. This being the freaking main guy. Holy shit! HP burn, burning it down, getting the mythicals, and getting also, because I do this, I do multi-battle and then select filters. And I'm not sure if this is a good idea, but I want only 6-star and I just sell everything else. So that's a really good way to silver. There's probably a specific stage you should farm as well in order to do this. I believe stage 20 is really good. Normal. Yeah. And then we have, let's talk a little bit about energy management, okay? I try to focus spending and saving energy in order to clear these stages. Now I'm in a position where it's a little bit awkward. I need to spend, these refills in order to get these last rewards, both from Spider. I usually don't farm Spider otherwise, but because I had the quest, because of the rewards, you know, why not? So now I need to spend gems in order to do these, get these ranks, or get these rewards, which, I mean, getting into this, why do I want Immortal Soul Stones? Okay, not very recently, actually, we had this champion as a deck of fates. Let's see, boom, there she is. She looks really cool with the book and the freaking staff, and holy shit. I really wanted this champion, and I could easily get her. Do you know why? I focused on things like this. Boom, getting the Sand Devil done, getting the Immortal, because most often than not, if not all the time, you get points from pulling Mortal Soul Stones, Immortal Soul Stones, and Eternal Soul Stones. And when you pull enough from a deck of fate, you get enough points, you can flip all the cards, you get a lot of rewards, you get shards, you get like chunk of beef for Shamble 6 immediately, a lot of stuff, plus the champion. So deck of fates, every time there is one, or most of the time, especially when there's a legendary involved, I usually have enough Mortal Soul Stones and Immortal Soul Stones in order to pull that off. And again, why? Another tip there, I've started doing this, and I haven't done it today, but every Sunday, if you have stage 15 here, I will do this, buy a set of keys, specifically on Sundays. The reason why is because it gives me a lot of Mortal Souls coins. When you have enough Mortal Soul coins, you get Soul Stones. The more Mortal Soul Stones, the more Immortal Soul coins you get. And when you have Soul coins, you can buy Soul Stones. Just trying to always do that every Sunday. And I mean, I do the 6 keys every day, but specifically on Sundays, I buy the 6 extra keys in order to... Well, I get about 1.9k immortal coins, or what were these called? Well, the lesser coins. So yeah, that's another thing. It's that I learned. Another thing is fusions, when to go for them and when not to go for them. It is very important when you look at YouTube videos and people tell you to either get the fusion or not get the fusion. It always depends. And why does it depend? We're not all at the same stage of the game, all right? You might need a champion desperate, which that same champion I might not need. Okay, hold on, let me just check here. Let's get these. This is another thing. I always buy the mystery shards here. A little quick tip there. Boom. Always. I'm jumping. Sorry, guys. And the reason for that is when you want to do the champion chase and you need to summon shards, in order for me to bump up my points further, let's say that I would want to get this star chicken. Yeah, I have 4,896 points. What I can do now, because a mystery shard just won, I have 1,528 points to spend. I know, fuck my life, right? In order to remove all these champions, but like, I have the opportunity to climb 1,528 points more if I so choose to. Specifically, if it's one of these champion chase tournaments that I really want. Going back to the whole fusion thing, okay? I'm not going for Yukimasa or whatever the hell his name is. The reason why is, very plainly, he looks like a damage champion to me. He has some freeze. Cool, not interested. Reason why, I have damage elsewhere. And I do not have the luxury of going like, oh, but he could really fit really perfectly in here and only here, so I'm gonna get him. I'm not at that stage. I need champions that can cover so much more ground than like just one place. But I mean, he's a really good champion. Has a 25% chance of placing block active skills debuff. Alright, attacks all enemies. Will ignore block damage. Has a 75% chance of debuff. Cool. I'm not gonna go through his kit, but like, attacks one enemy before attacking, steal all turn meter from the target. Cool. Fills the champion's turn meter by 50% whenever the champion skips a turn because of stun, freeze, sleep. Cool. For me, even though some people are like, oh my god, holy shit. And, you know, I see some people like playing him in arena. I'm like, oh, damn, he looks good. But nah, I'm skipping this one, waiting for the next few, basically, and seeing what that gives me. And also questioning, do I need this? And if I don't, great, I can save my resources, which I didn't do this time, but I could. And I should. The biggest one, if you played through the Leo or the Teenage Mutant path, that was the first time I actually taught myself to save. And that got me all the turtles without spending at all, honestly. I don't think I spent... No, I think I spent like 30 euros in total for all the turtles. Yeah. And I do not regret that. That dude, the turtles in general, oh my god, this synergy is so good. Alright. What else? Shard saving. Okay. When to pull shards, when not to pull shards. I just admitted that I wasted shards. Yeah. So in the beginning of the game, I remember that I pull as soon as I got an ancient shard, I press summon. Don't do that. There are ways of tracking your shards, like, because there's something called mercy, okay, which is right here. For ancients and voids, after 20 summons without epic, 2% chance. After 200 summon 5% chance. Primal, also just X. After 75 summons without legendary, 1%, and chance to increase per shard. For mythical, after 200 summons without mythical, oh my god, I do not want to be this guy. 10% chance per shard. So sooner or later, you are guaranteed to getting one. Same thing with sacred. You can track this the shards on several ways. Either you literally note down every time you pull a shard. Okay, that way you know if you're close to getting a legendary or not. Otherwise, there's this thing called I'm downloading now. Awkward. There's this thing called RSL Helper, which basically helps you put in the amount of shards that you've summoned, and that way you can keep track. But the thing is also, if you do that, make sure you keep track. Because I lost track. And I'm like, where the frick was I? So when it comes to these 2x events, when to pull shards, I usually do it. Now I do it most usually for fusions. Fusions that I want. I pull shards or save shards for or Hero's Path, for example. That's when you know, you pull out your shards and just, because the reason why is because the shards that you pull, you get points, and with the points you get rewards, as well as a guaranteed champion if you have enough shards. So saving for fusions, really important, especially if it's something that you really want. And also thinking to yourself, like, when it comes to shards, is it something that I need? For example, if you do not have a Geo and he's on 25 time, like what's it called, 25 times chance of like getting him, I would definitely focus more on that than like a fusion, especially if you're early game. Let's see here if we can RSL. Here we go. So I could probably reset this because I recently got a legendary. We have pulled, so I'm just shooting from the hip here, but this is just showing you RSL Helper. I've pulled about 45. Well, that's not bad at all. I've pulled about 45 mythicals, not getting I've pulled 9 primal shards and not getting a single mythical yet. This number does, no, that's probably 0 because I pulled a really shitty one very early on. This is probably landing at about 80 right now. Oh, why is it doing this? Oh, that's awkward. There we go. I've never pulled a legendary from a void shard, for example. So if every time I pull one, if I summon go in, okay, 1, and then if I pull 20, there we go. Right now, I'm going down to 0. The reason why I go down to 0 is for the simple fact that I recently got one, and then it goes down to 0 again. The game in itself do not track this for financial reasons probably, but yeah, that's one way to sort of like increasing your chance of guaranteeing a legendary champ or mythical better. One more thing that I've learned, and correct me if I'm wrong here, but I usually do this now. You can reroll gear as well, obviously, but quick selling. So what I've learned is if you go boots, chest, and gloves, and then you go down to primary stats. In order to sell quick gear that you technically don't want, you can do this. You do not want flat stats on your boots, your chest, or your gloves. I usually do this. I check these boxes and I basically sell and select all and sell. The only times I don't do this is if there's a piece that's really nice. I look at this. Let's go through with this one actually. Do I want to? I can rework. No, I'm not gonna do this. I can go like, okay, this has some really bad stats. However, it's a mercurial piece. So let me try my luck and re-rolling this piece of gear. So maybe I get speed on boots instead of flat defense. If that is the case and I get a speed instead of defense, that's a keeper all of a sudden. That's not something that I want to sell. However, I would say screw this. And boom, select all. So you probably don't want to sell mercurial set, but YOLO, here we go, boom. And that's how I quickly sell a piece of gear. You can also go through here and like at certain points you need to go through the other pieces or in general well, these pieces, and going like, okay, do I want this piece, crit rate, crit damage, okay, yes, and go through them one by one, which takes a hell of a lot of time. But sooner or later you kind of need to do this because there's probably some helmets, some shields, some weapons you're sitting on that's just honestly dog shit. I mean, look at all these helms, for example. Do I need all of these helms? Probably not. But this is not a time for me to go through all of them. But at a certain point, I need to. And that way, I get more silver. But that takes a bit of time. Yeah. The last thing, we've kind of touched on this already in another video, but clan boss, in like you need to farm these as quick as possible. When you start the game, your first goal, I mean, maybe I'm exaggerating a little bit, but your first goal is like, how can I get double chests of heal? When you get to that point, you basically unlock to some degree the potential chance of doing fusions for free. Well, not just fusions, but like hero paths and everything like that for free, 100%, as long as you save enough. And saving in general, like I usually don't sit on these amount of shards, but I've learned to save the primals as well. Ideally with primals, you kind of want to for 2 times events, so you have a 1% chance of instead of a 0.5% chance. Sometimes I'm like, fuck it, and pulling them anyways, but you should definitely save them for a 2% chance. But yeah, all in all, making sure you save your resources and don't go like get dragged into stuff. The way I, save my mortal and immortal soul stones and eternal soul stones, shards, so important. Silver as well, and also timing that with gear enhancement events. There's so much stuff that I've learned through this game, and I am still hooked. All right. I actually, by the way, this is the Frost Spider Tower week or whatever, or month, but I cleared hard mode tower. Doom Tower for the first time. Boom. Maybe I'll get through Amius. We'll see. He's a fucking pain in the ass, but we'll see. Grim Forest, super fun content as well. We learned a lot there. All I'm saying is block buffs, cleanse, revives, healing, and heal reduction. Muy importante. But yeah, I feel like there's so much stuff that I can go through. But yeah, that's basically it. I'm not sure if this has been. Hopefully this has been a informative video. I feel like I've just been jabbering on about stuff, but yeah, that's what I've learned. That's the key points that I've learned from Raid Shadow Legends so far, and here's to another year. What's the biggest thing you've learned from Raid Shadow Legends? How long have you played the game for? All right, would love to know. Leave it in the comments. I'll see you guys next time.